Nice to see you. First of all, I say something about IIU, International Internship University. IIU is a leading virtual education system and global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well-reputed in developing innovative programs. Globally, is a trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. IIU is metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional cost and providing access to more than 1,000 plus courses and internship to their e-learners across the globe with the help of its 1,000 plus global educator. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Payal Pandit, sir. Nice to see you again, and first of all, I say something about me. I'm Mariusz Wojciński, I come from Poland. First of all, I'm teacher. I'm science teacher in primary school, but I give you my short presentation and I told you about education in my country, in my school, and I think about education in your school too. Just give me a second. Okay. How I say, I'm science teacher. I work at non-public primary school in Wrocław in Poland. It's a school with integrational classes. I'm a coordinator of schools project and ICT supporter. You see our students have 7, 8 and to 18 years old. We have many difficult students. First of all, I will see short information. They are extremely rare among us butterflies, looking for a place where they can spread your unique wings. Let's let them be among us. Let's not be afraid the uniqueness. Why? This is my students. How you see? What can I say? Inclusive education is based on the assumption that all children, okay, I tell you, including those with disabilities, cannot have the right to study in mainstream school close to their place of residence if focused on how to teach them effectively and how to provide them with a sense of belonging to the school community. The idea of inclusive education is based on the social model of disability, according to which it's not the child who should be changed and adopted to the school system, but the other way around. The school and the teacher system must change it to meet the individual needs of all children, both able-bodied and disability. Its basic principle is flexibility. There is recognition that children can learn at different spaces, and teachers should be able to support them learning in a way adapted to their different needs, talents, and pace of development. How you see this on these pictures, you have our children, our students, and our teachers. We all are one big family. We all know each other. We know about yourself, myself, everything. We still talk about it. We still have many information about children. We still talking with parents, talking with our students. Usually we are happy, how you see on these pictures. Usually, sometimes it's a bad day. When our children have a bad day, our teacher have the bad day too. It's very important to have this same emotion, to talk about this emotion, to spend the time together. More of our children, our students, more of our teachers. Did you see one of our teachers try to kiss? Why not? We love each other. We talk about our emotion, and our children, our students are very happy with this time. These are short photos with Christmas time. Last year, not this, we don't have it Christmas for this year. But last Christmas, 2 years ago Christmas, we spent at home. We have problem with COVID. And it's the most important time to us. When you have a Christmas time, when you have any other day, special day, we try to spend together. And we can't do that. We try use ICT, and we use camera, use Zoom, use Meet, and many different applications to spend the time together, to see you together, to talk together, to sing together. And this photo is when we have Christmas, we sing Christmas song together on the live, on internet. Now you see inclusive education. Therefore, inclusion does not mean assimilation. It's bringing all children to one patent. Its basic principle is flexibility. What else? Teachers are not prepared for inclusive education. Why? The reasons is worry. There is often no adequate support for teachers, training, workshop, meetings. The best possibility results are expected from the teacher. Schools often participate in various rankings, trying to out to each other to show that they are the best. The effect is that children with problems are often excluded and overlooked. Gifted children, on the other hand, are used to have good results in many subjects. As a result, a gifted child does not develop his or her skills. What should you do? The best solution, okay, I give you the best solution is to exchange experience. It could be meetings, creating groups where we can talk about our ideas. Secondly, you need to change your approach to the teaching process. We must conduct our lesson in such a way that every student, regardless of their abilities, can find their way. Personally, I don't work with textbook. I don't like textbook. My lessons are mainly conversation. During each lesson, we discuss the topic and students share their ideas. We prepare projects during and after lesson. These are not complicated. We prepare posters, for example, about vitamins. The students' task is to prepare a poster in such a way as to sell them. It is to be advertising poster, showing them to encourage them to buy vitamins. Another idea is to prepare varsity CV curriculum. We to encourage them to, we discussed various organisms, and the topic itself is not simple and pleasant. To better remember that information from various sources, students wrote curriculum of a selected parasite. This method helps use knowledge, but also skills including those that we use in life. I can multiply examples, but that's not the point. To help our students, we must help ourselves, and we have to want to change. Teachers sharing the experience in teaching children with disabilities in integrated and mainstream schools, they struggle with various problems, obviously result from lack of reparation organization structure of schools. We need to talk about our students. We need to talk about our problems. We all have problems with the students when we have students with disabilities, but we need to talk about it. We need to tell another teacher, listen, I have problem with the student. I don't know how to teach them. I don't know how to speak with them. Another teacher can say the same, I have the same problem. Maybe someone else can help me. We try to do in our school. We still talking about it. And one of our teachers say, hey, sorry, I don't have a problem. I can help you. I can tell you how you can work, what you need to do. Our children is a different one, but they still in future will be adults and they need to learn how to live. We need to help them. Students with disabilities are the students with hearing impaired, so long. We have many disabilities. Another one of these disabilities is different for another. One student is different for another student. We need to understand that. We need to change that, how we work. We need to change everything. But students with disabilities is not a different one on this student who don't have any disabilities. This student, how I say, it's awful what I say, but this normal student, they need help too. They need our love, they need our interesting, they need discuss. We need discussing with everyone because we have a big problem. You know that 2 years ago we have very, very big problem with COVID. Many of our students don't back to school for today. Many of our students have problems to work with school. Many students have problems to go, to talk with us and work in school. It's very hard time, but we need to understand that. But first of all, we need to understand ourselves. We need to understand, we need to talk about it. And whatever problem generation needs this context on the organized inclusive education, I will see I have 11, but probably it's a very, very many problems. Okay, let's go again. What can we do? We can do many. One of our action is a World Autism Awareness Day. A few years ago, our students goes to our teachers and therapists on our town and talk about with another people about their problem. They make posters, they make many information, or short information about autism, and they go to this town, ask adults, what do you think about autism? What do you think about me? How do you think who I am? How do you think what I need? What do you think what these people can say? They'd say nothing because they never talking about autism. They hear something in television, they hear something in internet, they write something on Facebook and another place, but never they talk with people with autism. Is it true? No. They talk about it, they talk with them, but they don't know that. Many of these child tell very interesting information. Listen, I'm normal. You talk with me when I go to your shop and when I shopping something in your shop. You talk with me and you never say that I have autism. Now you know that. What do you do? It's a very I am very proud with my students. It's a very big, very interesting action. And I think you can do it in your town, in your countries, in your school, in your city, whenever you want. You need time and you need just want it. Listen, it's a very nice place. It's amazing time to your children. They love to do it. Believe me. Now you see our students happy. They can go, they can action, they can do something. It's very important for all. Okay, interesting facts. Okay, when we back to the rest, but I tell you something about my student. And for example, my classes create their own project, often international ones. Remember that half of the class have various dysfunction. By creating our various tasks, they feel noticed and needed. They often overcome their fears. Children with autism do not need to establish relationship, but if they implement the idea, they often look for a way and establish contact with others. And for example, our project is a project about water use. They collected data, look at for partners, send emails, created reports, table, and charts. They study many subjects. We have another project to which we invite you. And YouTube link will be visible on the presentation. The project concerns support from parents of children with disabilities. But for now, our students and me as one of 14 schools in Poland participate in the Polish Wikipedia project. Its name, Wikischool. We create your own Wikipedia interest. We spend the time with people who work in Wikipedia. They told us how to make a new information, how to change information in Wikipedia, how it's work in Wikipedia. Our students knows many interesting facts about this place. It's not all. Our student with special needs education use various applications on daily basis. For example, Canva, Mentimeter, Quizlet, normal Jamboard, Zoom, Nearpod. We work on this application, not just this time when was a COVID time, but we work today too. We still use this application. We try to connect with another school, with another teachers, with another people in another countries. It's very interesting, and we use this one. We make posters on Canva. We make short films in Canva too, but just at the time we use Nearpod and another application. We send emails. We still use ICT in our lesson. When our students go to my lesson, to class, they can use phones and they can looking for information internet. They can make everything what they need to understand this topic about what we talk about it on this lesson. How I say creating projects is one of posters of my students when we start project about water. They use Canva. They make a short posters when they have a short information about themselves. This is their works, not mine. My students do that themselves, and I'm very proud. As you see, we have kids, we have students from Ukraine, and they use special flag to tell that. They use to special language because Ukrainian language is another on Polish and have another names. We try to use that. We try to connect it, everything. Our lesson, it's not just biology. When I have biology, I talk about biology. I talk about mathematics. I try to talk about English, but I'm not English teacher. My English is so full. But we talk about it, and we talk to how to connect, what we can say, what can we change. We talk about another lesson. They told me when I had mathematics on another geography and physics, something else, and tell this lesson is cool because teacher tells us. Or they say, no, this lesson was awful. It's ugly because we don't use it anything. We just hearing when our teacher talking and talking and talking and nothing else. With the book, Jesus is buried. We don't like it. But when we talk about it, I can go to this teacher and say, listen, it's not that good idea. You can't talk or lesson. You can talk or read a book on your lesson. You need to talk about it. You need to ask them something. You need to use experiment something else. You need to change. And we try to help. We help together too. People, teachers together too. Yes, on the finish, I told you about my project. It's a link to this project. On YouTube, you have a short film with me. Why not? And I told what you need. I told you short information. Everything what I need is a short film for you, for your students, maybe parents. And on this film, we try say something nice, something important from two parents with our children who have different disabilities, because it's a hard time. These people, these parents have a very hard time, very hard life. They need to change everything for these kids. And we know that. We try to help them. We try to say, you are the best. You are the best parents. You're changed your life, but your children is very happy. Something else. And these films invite on special site and YouTube. And when we finish the project, will be see all films for you too. I hope so. I hope that you will be send me your short film too. Okay, summarizing. In most school, regards of the continent of countries, we have students with special education needs in our schools. Unfortunately, for various reasons, political, financial, personal, we have unable to work with them. We're often afraid to take them on the difficult changes and introduction to the student to local science. Social disorders. Sometimes it's because of our personal experience views, in other cases due to social pressure. We find the strength and weakness to change them. When I ask you, it's time. It's very important because when we tell about inclusive education, we talk mostly about students with special needs. But inclusive education is the most important to students who are very good on other countries and on our subject. They need help too. All students need our help, not just one, because he or she is different. All kids are different. All kids need our help. And I hope that in future we can talk, we can spend the time, we can see you together and talk about what do you change in your life, what do you change in your school, what do you change on your lesson to help them all. Now I say, how can I help you? If you have any question, if you have any information, if you want to say something about that, what you do in our school, what you do in your school, in your class, in your life, I'm really interesting. And you can send me information on email, WhatsApp, on use Facebook or Twitter. I will pleasure to see your information. I will pleasure to write about your work, about your students. And I hope so we can see you online with your students, with my students, spend the time, talk about lesson, talk about what the difference is in on other countries, or our countries, on our schools, what we can change, how we can help together. If you have any question, I will tell you everything what I want, what I know. Maybe I need to learn something. Maybe you teach me about your inclusive education. Why not? I still wait for you. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for interesting. And I hope see you again.